Hello, everybody. My name is Anthony, and I am currently a volunteer with the Statesville, Iredell County Animal Shelter. Today, I wanted to bring you a video about the proper pet ownership responsibilities. The reason I'm creating this video and bringing it to you is because at the animal shelter, we have very high successful adoption rates, but we also have return rates. And my goal in providing this video to you is to allow pet owners to understand the actual responsibilities of taking care of a pet. So that way they don't have to return that pet. This will not only benefit the owner, but it will also benefit the pet because no pet wants to be returned. And I'm sure no owner wants to return the pet that they chose out at the animal shelter. In this video, I'm going to be covering multiple responsibilities that an owner can expect to take upon themselves in order to be a successful pet owner. And with that, let's get right into it.
Alright, so the next responsibility we're going to be discussing is socialization. So, what socialization is when an animal, a person, any creature at all, becomes accustomed to its own kind by interacting with it. So, a human gets socialized by interacting with other humans, and animals or pets also get socialized by interacting with other pets. The reason this is important is because if you don't socialize your pet, they're going to become scared and they're going to become uncomfortable in the environment they're in. By socializing that pet, they become more comfortable and used to you, other pets you may have in your household, and just pets in general. Because when you do this, they're less afraid, and being less afraid allows them to come out of their shell that they may be hiding in. At the animal shelter, we have lots of pets who do not get a lot of socialization because the staff is busy working with customers. So we as volunteers will go in and play and interact with the dogs and cats so that way they get that socialization that they need. For age differences as a responsibility, generally it falls into two categories: young pets and older pets. Younger pets, you're going to have different responsibilities than older pets. For example, younger pets, you're going to have to potty train. You're going to have to bathe it more often because it's getting more dirty. It's doing more physical activity. Older pets, you are going to have to probably have more doctor's appointments because it's health and its condition. Another example for older pets is you're not going to be exercising it as much, but you're going to have to manage your time with exercise more for the older pet so that way it stays generally healthier in its older years. So I would say your responsibility for age is to recognize what you have to do with a younger or older pet. Now, for exercise, it's important that your pets get approximately 30 minutes to an hour of exercise a day so that way they're staying active and they're burning off the calories they get and they're just staying healthy and fit. We generally give our pets more than that time because we feel we want them to have as much time to play as possible. So, for beautification as a responsibility, it's important to keep your pet clean and not dirty because if you ever take your pet for a walk or something, people are going to notice these small things about how you clean up your pet and how you make them look in public. So, ways you can deal with beautification is through bathing, trimming the claws, and even grooming the fur. And all three of these things can help your pet look nicer and make your pet look more clean. So when you're grooming the fur, make sure that you're doing it in a nice, smooth stroke because that's going to feel really good to the cat, the dog, whatever pet you're grooming. Additionally, the reason that grooming the fur is good for a responsibility is because in the summertime, these pets want to get their layers off. So just groom those layers off and they'll feel so much better. Now, another aspect of beautification is claw clipping. So, claw clipping can be very precise. So, it's important that whenever you have these cats or dogs, your clips are precise. It may take a little practice, but it's definitely possible. You just got to go slow and make sure you're going at a pace that's comfortable for the pet. So that way they're not freaking out when you trim their claws. Now, the last part of beautification, in my opinion, is probably the toughest, and that's bathing. So when you bathe a pet, you gotta get them into the tub, you gotta get nice, clean water, not freezing cold water, not too hot water. You got to make sure you have proper soap to wash them. You have to have many things so that way, when you bathe them, you have a successful bath. Because as soon as you get them into the bathtub and you sprinkle a little water on them, they're going to be trying to bolt out of that bathtub. So, being prepared for a bath is probably the best way to have a successful bath. So, for potty training, what I mean by this is you're going to have to, if you adopt a younger pet, you're going to have to potty train it. So, if you have an older pet, you're less likely to have to potty train it, and you can generally take it outside and it'll use the restroom outside. If you have an indoor pet, you're more than likely going to have a litter box. This litter box is going to have to be emptied daily because I don't think any pet wants to step in their own messes. So make sure you're cleaning out the litter box daily. And for the older pets who are already potty trained, make sure you get them outside on a constant routine schedule so that way they're not having accidents in the house. If you have a younger pet, just do the same thing with older pets. Take them outside on a schedule. When they go outside and use the bathroom, make them realize that that is what they should do. Encourage them to go outside. When I say special cases, I mean that you adopt a pet that may be deaf, blind, or any other condition that may be out of the ordinary. So, to take care of these pets, it's important that you understand what the pet needs. So, for example, if you have a deaf pet, you're going to have to use hand signals or some other way of communication because the pet can't hear you with your voice. So, you'd have to use hand signals or some other form of communication. And this is the same with other pets that may have other special needs. So it's important with a special cased animal to analyze that pet and see what they need. So when you feed your pets, whether it be a cat or a dog, make sure you give them a food schedule because what that does is it allows them to get in a routine of knowing when it's time to eat.
so that way they're not eating in a bad way to where they may become overweight or unhealthy. So with the basic need of water, it's the same as humans. You need to be making sure you're giving your dog fresh, clean water, so that way when they drink it, they don't get sick from any illnesses. Now with shelter, it's pretty straightforward. You just need to make sure you're putting a roof over the head of the animals you're adopting. As you can see here, because they can't be roaming free, we kind of gave them a miniature house. They have a litter pan to use the bathroom in, they have a bed, and we have a nice warm blanket on the ground so they're warm during the winter.
So those are the general pet ownership responsibilities that most people need to consider when adopting a pet. Now, before you leave, I ask that you, in the comment section below, answer these 2 questions so that way I can get feedback on this video and further improve it. So the first question that I'm asking is, was this video informative to you? Did you learn anything new from this video? If not, that's fine. You can put no. That's fine. It's feedback. And the second question is, if you were to adopt a new pet, do you think this video helped you prepare more for adopting that pet? In the comment section below, please give your answers to these 2 questions, and I hope you all have a great day. Until next time.